Hello, me again. So this is a quick run through equipment I'm using and the making of. This is the repairing the oven door video. Tripod. This has got 1, 2, 3, 4 extensions on it. And top part here, we can loosen this off, rotate around. Can loosen this arm. Got my Samsung S20 phone mounted on this quick release mount here. Let's try and show you that this time. Do it with one hand's a bit tricky. Whoops, there you go. So there's a mount there that hooks in. Pull this lever around and it locks in position. Quick and easy. Tripod. 3 leg extensions. So in total there's 4 separate heights that you can lock in, and obviously variable between those heights. Got the little USB microphone receiver here, which this unit here transmits to. I've had enough issues so far with the microphone not recording, not being turned on, battery being flat, that I'm now in the habit of each time I finish recording, I put this little microphone transmitter on charge, and when I'm starting to record my videos, I do a quick 3 to 5 second test, watch it back, make sure the sound is recording properly, and that just saves me having to repeat record when the audio just hasn't recorded. Can still fail, I know, but you've got to try your best to make sure that everything's working fine. Over here on the other side, it's my Dell laptop, Latitude 7490, running this application called OBS Studio, and it's open source software for capturing screen recordings. This is version 32.0.4 for Windows. And within this tool, you can set up these different scenes down here, look, and this can just record the desktop and the microphone. I can plug this wireless microphone into the USB port on the laptop, record through that, which I did. Let's go back around here. Got the Neewer RGB light. This is currently set at 60% brightness, color temperature of 4,500 Kelvin, which gives you this kind of indoor brightness effects, like being in the kitchen with kitchen spotlights. Unfortunately, I forgot to charge the light, and the battery went flat partway through recording the video. So what I had to do this time is plug in my power bank. This is a Zendure. I'll put the specs in the description so you can see. That allows the right light to run, and it also charges the battery at the same time. This is a fast charger unit. A lot of them aren't. So this can fully charge an iPhone from flat in about an hour. On the camera here, we've got these, can enable it so you can see these grid lines. And all I've done is lined up this vertical grid line with a vertical on the kitchen. Made sure that top of the door is in the frame, and then the oven door was also in the frame at the bottom. That means that when I'm standing there, we can both see top of my head and the oven door when it's opened. This just locks in position, and then everything's solid. I'm using the teleprompter again because this video's got a few technical parts to it. So over here, just running this teleprompter on my iPad. I wrote the script previously, just download it to here. You can set the speed, how quickly the text scrolls up the screen. You can change the size of it. And then when I'm stood over here by the oven, I can easily read that text. Like I said before, I don't read it word for word. I just use it to remind me what I want to talk about, and so that I don't miss any key information out when I'm making the video. Over here on the cooker hood, I've Got my little SmallRig arm again. This is clamped on here. And then you can loosen this handle here. Everything goes floppy. You can position this light to exactly where you want it to point. Tighten up this handle and it all goes solid. This is the Neewer light I've been using for a while now. It's running around 60% brightness on that one, which is enough just to light up me when I'm stood here talking to camera. The other thing I'm using is I've got my Dell laptop here. I use Obsidian on here to write all of my scripts, my shoot lists. So this is shot checklist. This is just to remind me which shots I want to take, and then that coincides with the script I'm running over here on my iPad. I don't follow it exactly, and again, shot list is just a guide to help me follow a sequence of events, and really does is it helps me record all of the sequences I need to at one time before I move the camera to be able to record the next sequences. And in the edit, you can chop and change those little scenes that you've created. For this particular task and for this little mini project, everything is kind of sequential anyway. We've had to reposition this tripod several times. What we've had to do is for the wide shots, move it back here. And then for the close-up shots, moving it so that it's positioned over the top of the door. This is a new tool. I've got this tripod selfie stick here. It's quite handy now for putting the light on. And over there, I've got my iPad again with the teleprompter on it. Haven't really been using that much. I pretty much know what I want to say and how to take this door apart. Of course, one of the most important things when you're doing jobs like this is taking regular breaks. Cheers. One of the most interesting things I've learned is to be really patient when you're creating content for YouTube. Something which actually I found really frustrating to start with, but now it's just part of the process. Over here, you can kind of just see I've got my Samsung S20 phone on this charging docking unit, and it's transferring the files that I've recorded this morning. These are files that are off the little mini cam, the DJI Osmo Nano camera. Transfer those from the little camera to the Samsung, and then from the Samsung to the server for storage. Because I'm recording 4K 60 frames per second, the file sizes can get quite big, and transferring, I was expecting it to take minutes. It's taken tens of minutes. There's 17 files, and so far it's been running for 10 minutes, and it's almost 50%. So it's probably got another 20 minutes. What I've learned is go and do something else. What I'm actually doing is setting up in the office for the next shot. The hinges have arrived, and the next video will be unboxing of those, comparing the old versus the new. So that's what I'm doing. You've got to kind of work in parallel. That way I'm becoming more efficient. For this part of the video, I'm back in the office. What I've done up here is set the SmallRig arm up on this handle on the office window, and adjusted this mobile phone's clamp so that I can mount my Samsung S20 phone on top, looking down towards the hinges on the table. On top of there, I've just mounted this Neewer RGB fill light. That's set up to the 20%, but actually it's such a sunny day today. Got plenty of shadows. The light really wasn't doing that much at all. So I can show a shot where it's got me sat down looking at the hinges. This is a Neewer monopod, and it's also a selfie stick, which is the main reason I bought it. I really like the Neewer light, the lamp, and I saw this one and I thought, actually, let's try the Neewer monopod selfie stick, and actually it's really good. So I've got that just set up down there on the floor. In the top here, got my DJI Osmo Nano. This is the bottom unit, which has got the display and a bigger battery, and the camera itself mounts on top. The reason I've got them together is so I can put them in this. It just fits neatly in this smartphone clamp. If it's just this top part of the camera, it's too small to clamp properly. As we're moving through the process of installing the hinges and bringing the oven door back, to show the close-up of aligning the hinges up with when you're putting the door back on, if I have to move the camera, so it's much closer now, and I've tilted it down so it's pointing towards the area of interest, which is the two hinges. Also moved the light, got this little mini rig arm, small rig arm clamped on the top oven handle, then I've adjusted the arms so that the light is shining straight down towards the two hinges. What I'm also doing is using this little DJI Osmo Nano action camera. So using that to film close-up shots of where the hinge arms are slotting into the bottom part of the oven. Not sure how that'll come out, but if I record it, I've got the option of using it or not. If I don't record it, I've got no option. I can't use it. So I'm recording everything I can think of recording, just in case I need it. Just wanted to spend a minute talk about this new monopod I purchased just recently.
I'm getting through the edit here, and it's occurred to me that I keep referring to this Neewer TS04 tripod selfie stick as a monopod. Just to be clear, it's a tripod selfie stick. It's not a monopod. Back to the edit.
This is a Neewer TS04. What this allows me to do, it's got a camera mount here, so screw thread. So at one point I mounted the actual Neewer light on that thread. You can open this up and it's got clamp for a mobile phone. Earlier on I used it to clamp my DJI Nano action camera in there, which was quite useful. Top of this rotates around, and obviously you can rotate the tripod itself. This really is a monopod slash selfie stick, and it shrinks right down. You loosen that screw there, tripod closes up, turns into a handle, and then that shrinks right down as well. This is the second monopod I purchased. The first one was, quite frankly, really flimsy. Wasn't stupidly expensive, but it will extend out. I think it's 59 inches and goes in your backpack quite neatly. I'll be using that a lot when I'm out and about. When I was doing the close-up for the user guide, I could have set up the tripods, I could have set up the camera, but in the end it was just as easy to hold the camera in my right hand, the light in my left hand, and just hold them like this, video, flick the pages easily, find the right page I want, just leave the video running. I can cut this section out. And when I'm ready, get the light in the right position, get the camera in the right position, and away we go. Sometimes you could overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. Ultimately, people just want to know, what's the message? What's the information I'm trying to share? I'm quite pleased that that video shoot is finished. Not because it was particularly difficult in any way, but because I had to film in two locations. I had to film in the kitchen and I also had to film in the dining room on the dining room table. So I had to keep moving the tripod and the light. So yeah, the equipment setup is quite time consuming. As I produce more and more videos though, I'd expect that setup time to be quicker and easier. Each time it is taking me less time to get everything just where I need it to be. I think that SmallRig arm is my favorite piece of equipment at the moment. So versatile. I absolutely love it. Things I've learned when making this video. First part I kind of rushed. Family was out of the house. I wanted to try and get all of the filming done before they returned home. That put a lot of stress and pressure on me. What I should have realized is it's better to film it in sequences over a period of a few days, which is what I did. So this is the third day I've been filming this video. The downside of that is I've got way too much footage to edit. It's going to take me hours to sift through most of that. So again, there's a lesson learned there. As I film, if I decide that I want to film again because the previous clip I filmed is no good, I should delete that previous clip immediately. Then I don't have to waste time uploading it to my server, then reviewing it in a few days' time when I start to edit the video. It would just save me that additional effort. Something else which I was doing today is using the DJI camera. For today's video, I was using it in the vertical orientation, and it was clipped to this magnetic lanyard, which I've been wearing, and it just magnetizes on there. It's a really strong magnet, magnetizes through your clothes, doesn't really move much. So far, this video has taken by far the most effort. The reason is taking that oven door apart is really technical. You need to do it in the right sequence, and in future technical know-how videos, my plan is do a dry run before I video anything, take it all apart, understand, is this really the best way and the best sequence, and then work out what is the best sequence before I start even pressing record on the camera. If it's useful for you to see these types of videos, let me know, give it a thumbs up, add a comment if you want to. That's it for this one. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.